APOSI peeps! So welcome to our Wellness Wednesday webinar. So today, I know some of you here are very much exciting to our upcoming Christmas. So I checked earlier, we have 78 days before Christmas. So I know nag-iisip na tayo kung ano yung mga kakainin natin this Christmas. And before we're going to do that, of course, we have also to consider our health. So right now, our topic for today is about eating right and live healthy. So of course, we would like also to advocate that while we are eating, we have to make it sure that we are also healthy. So let me share my screen. So I believe in the saying goes, don't focus on how much you eat, focus on what you eat and you are on what you eat. So let's get to know better our food. So we will be discussing the go, glow, and grow. So what are the go foods? So these are the food that gives us energy. It contains carbohydrates. It makes our body strong and active. And also these foods give us muscle fuel to run, to swim, jump, cycle, and our brain fuel to concentrate. Now if we don't eat enough go food, then we can feel um, tired and won't have enough fuel to get through the day. And it's important to include this food group at all meals, especially breakfast, so that our body and brain can get ready for the whole day. So yun nga ang sinasabi ko before, skip nyo na lahat ng meals except for the breakfast. Kasi yung breakfast natin, it will keep us running, or it will keep us alive or energetic within the day if we will be able to eat our breakfast. So carbohydrates intolerance. So of course, there are some people that have medical conditions or difficulty or challenge in eating carbohydrates or go foods. So we have so-called carbohydrate intolerance. So it is the inability of the small intestine to completely process the nutrient carbohydrate. So it is a classification that includes sugar and starches to a source of energy for the body. So this usually due to deficiency of an enzyme needed for digestion. So lactose intolerance naman, it is an inability to digest the sugar found in milk. So yung lactose intolerance medyo naririnig-rinig pa natin. Pero yung carbohydrate intolerance medyo ano pa yun eh, very rare pa sa atin kasi sino ba namang magkakaroon ng carbohydrate intolerance where in fact carbohydrate is the biggest component ng food natin na kailangan talaga ng katawan. So carbs and obesity. So some argue that the global rise in obesity is linked to high intake of carbs. However, a number of factors, of course, aside from eating food, may mga factors din na nakakontribute. Why is it some of us are obesity or some of us are overweight? Now, a reduction in physical activities. So, sedentary lifestyle. So, katulad sa atin, we are in the office. So, prolonged sitting lang tayo, hindi tayo tumatayo, hindi naman tayo lumalakad. So, that's considered as reduction of physical activity. Now, a higher consumption or junk food. So, sino yung may hilig na mga junk foods dyan? So, there's a higher risk na magiging obese tayo or overweight. And then a higher consumption of food additives such as coloring, taste enhancers, artificial emulsifiers. So there's a possibility din na mag-weight gain tayo talaga. And then fewer hours sleep each night. So of course, there's a factor if you can observe may mga tendencies na pag pumasok ka pa sa office and then if you are having a fewer sleep at each night, binabawi kasi natin yung energy through food. So there's a tendency na ma-increase yung intake natin sa food if yung sleep natin is not enough. And then a rise in living standards. So of course, when it comes to pag medyo ano tayo, high standard na tayo, so we can buy anything, we can buy everything. So from there, we tend to forget on how to balance our diet kasi nga we have or we can buy anything. So what about diet food? So many promoters of high or low carb diets promote branded and processed products to us, such as weight loss aids, such nutritional bars, powders. This often contains colorings, artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and other additives similar to junk foods. So if consumers of these products remain physically inactive, they may see some temporary weight loss, but when they quit the diet, the weight will go back on. So, may tinatawag silang binge eating. So, pag nag-diet tayo, tapos magbe-binge eating ka, so there's a tendency talaga na hindi mo ma-maintain or hindi mo makukuha yung desired weight or desired um, ideal weight or BMI. So recommendations, so we need carbohydrates for health, but they must be the right kind of carbohydrate. So it should be balanced. So if you can still remember, we have a guest speaker before about fueling our body. So we have invited a dietitian. So sabi niya, we have to eat a variety of food kasi nga may mga nutrients talaga or need ng katawan natin na makikita sa ibang food din. So following a well-balanced diet, as what I mentioned, so it includes unprocessed carbohydrates, getting enough sleep, and physical activity is more likely to lead to good health and an appropriate body weight than focusing on eliminating a particular nutrient. So, of course, we have to really balance our diet. So health is not about the weight you lost, but about the life you gain, according to Dr. Josh Axe. So grow foods. Grow foods, it improves growth development, contains calcium and protein for bone and muscle development. So sila yung nagbibigay ng muscles sa atin. So they maintain the muscles that we have in our body. And then all of these foods help to keep us feeling full so that we don't get hungry straight away. It also helps keep our brain bright and focused, building blocks, so muscles of the body. So ayan, aside from getting the grow food, of course, meron din talaga mga taong allergies. So we have cushion allergy. So yung immune system natin mistakenly thinks that the protein is harmful and inappropriately produces allergic antibodies for protection. So within minutes, the interaction between these antibodies and the specific protein triggers magkakaroon na ng symptoms like swelling of the lips, mouth, tongue, face or throat, skin reactions such as hives, rash or red itchy skin. Parang ano siya, allergy talaga siya yung effect niya. So nasal congestion, sneezing, runny nose, itchy eyes, coughing or wheezing. So ang higher risk na tong complication nito is yung may mga asthma and may mga food allergies. Kasi ang ending niyan, you tend to experience difficulty of breathing. So pag mga ganon, you have to be careful talaga sa kinakain mo kasi may mga protein pala na allergy ka. So we have a low protein diet. So this is a diet wherein less strain siya on the kidney. It's because yung protein natin or yung meat na kinakain natin is nafi-filter siya sa kidneys. So this type of diet is beneficial to the kidney to those patients who have kidney-related disorders such as kidney diseases or mga renal failure or my phenylketonuria. So yung phenylketonuria is a disease na hindi makapag-breakdown ng amino acids yung kidneys natin. So when a person eats protein, the body produces a compound called urea. So if the kidneys are not functioning well, so urea can build up in the blood and can cause fatigue and a loss of appetite. So yung urea, madidiscuss ko later on. So by making key changes, a person can develop a satisfying and diverse low-protein diet plan that works for them. So ayan, doctors may recommend that people with the following health conditions adopt a low-protein diet. So kidney disease, so as what I mentioned, pag hindi nagfa-function yung kidney natin, magbi-build up yung urea. So urea, nakikita siya when we having a blood test of blood urine nitrogen kasi supposedly yung urea nasa kidneys lang natin kasi nafi-filter niya. Now, if urea nakita sa blood, ibig sabihin your kidney doesn't functioning correctly, so hindi niya nafi-filter yung urea, which is the end product of the protein na nanggagaling naman sa meat na kinakain natin. Now, as a general benefit of a low protein diet, so research shows that the middle age or hindi masyado matanda sa mga adult like us, restricting protein intake may reduce the risk of cancer, diabetes, and heart diseases. So what are the food that we can consume if the doctor recommended us low protein foods? So lahat ng food naman or fruits rather, except dry foods, pwede natin kainin. So all vegetables except peas, beans, and corn, hindi siya po pwede kasi yung kidney natin mag-overwork siya to filter it. And then many sources of healthful fats such as olive oil and avocados, and then herbs and spices. Now, a person should use moderation when incorporating them into the diet. So, yung sugar candies that do not contain gelatin, tea, coffee without dairy milk, jams and jellies, mayonnaise, butter. So lahat ng mga yan, mga sauces, tomato sauces or salad dressings, we have to moderately use it when we are under low protein diet. Kasi nga, to avoid overworking our kidneys. So moderate protein food, so we can eat this food like bread, crackers, breakfast cereals, pasta, oats, corn, rice. So, ibig sabihin, if you are under the low protein food, may mga professionals tayo na nagmo-monitor. So, we have a so-called nutritionist or dietitian. So, before you will undergo that program, you have to consult it with the doctor. So, of course, merong mga medical history, merong history taking, yung daily routine mo before they will enroll you to that specific program. Lalo-lalo na pag yung high risk tayo or meron na tayong mga kidney diseases. So they will recommend this type of food or diet. So a healthy outside starts from the inside according to Robert Urich. So glow food. So glow food, it's very helpful to us. It's because it enhances or improves the quality of our skin and eyes. Now, it contains vitamin C. So, di ba, as what I can remember sa dermatologist ko before, nagpa-consult sa face. So, she recommended vitamin C kasi yung vitamin C, it helps our skin glow. And of course, it promotes wound healing, yung vitamin C. And then E, of course, glow din ng skin yan. And then potassium, which are needed also by the body to prevent us from getting sick and keeps our immune system to be strong and fight any bugs or viral diseases or bacteria. So glow foods ang nagbibigay sa atin or nagsusupply sa katawan natin ng ganyan. And then also it helps us to prevent diseases kasi nga meron siyang mga vitamins, especially vitamin C, that will help us well and healthy. So next is we have a syndrome which is oral allergy syndrome or OAS. It's also called as pollen food allergy syndrome that is due to a food allergy caused by uncooked fruits, raw vegetables, spices, and nuts. So ngayon ko lang siya actually habang nagre-research kami, na-found out namin na meron pala talagang mga allergies like this, and meron ding mga taong very rare lang to siya na allergy. So it's not an actual food allergy, but instead in a reaction to a certain food that can develop in people with allergies to pollen. So may allergy ka sa pollen, so there's a tendency magiging allergy ka din sa magkakaroon ka ng syndrome na ganito. So our system mistakes the food proteins for the pollen proteins. So magkakaroon ka ng symptoms. Pero minsan, it will happen while eating the raw food or when peeling fruits or vegetables, or if yung mismong juice niya lang touches the lips, magkakaroon ka na kaagad ng symptoms or reactions like itchy, tingling mouth, lips, or throat, very mad, swelling of the lips. So yung reaction niya is allergy din yung reaction ng katawan. Watery, itchy eye, runny nose, and sneezing. So meron talaga siya mga cases na ganyan. So what are the foods that may cause a reaction in people with pollen allergy? So sa atin dito, I'm not so sure kung meron ba kayong nai-encounter or nai-experience sa alder pollen. So may mga celery, pears, apples, almonds, cherries, hazelnuts, peaches, parsley. So sa birch pollen, may apples, peaches, apricots, cherries, plums, almonds, hazelnuts. More on ano to, mga nuts naman ang birch pollen. So, grass pollen natin, we have melons, tomatoes, oranges, Swiss charge, peanuts, raw white potatoes, and then mugwort pollen. We have celery, carrots, parsley, caraway, fennel, coriander, mga ano to, mga leafy na mga spices. And then the ragweed pollen, so cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon, cucumber, ito yung mga tawag nito, yung ma-juice na mga fruits or mga veggies, ang ragweed pollen. So this is prevention. So of course, as much as possible, prevention is better than cure. So we have to really prevent it before i-treatment. Kasi pag nag-treatment na tayo, big sabihin, meron na talaga tayong diseases nun. So eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, especially leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli or cauliflower and citrus fruit may help reduce your risk of heart disease, a stroke, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancer, vision, and gastrointestinal health issues. So, before tayo magkakaroon kasi ng sakit, guys, there's a tendency na yung lifestyle kasi natin, di ba yung factors that was, as what I mentioned earlier, nakaka-affect talaga siya. Now, if long-term tayong kumakain or hindi tayo balance ang diet, hindi healthy yung kinakain natin, we are not eating right, so hindi natin mararamdaman yon. Later on, if we grow old or if our ages increases, there's a tendency na yung internal organs natin may encounter na ng mga symptoms ng heart diseases, ng high blood, type 2 diabetes. I remember a friend of mine, ano siya, bata pa siya, kumakain siya ng junk food. So mga younger age pa na mga, wala pang 10-year-old, kumakain na siya, tinatago niya sa unan, tinatago niya sa kwarto, sa cabinet. So, yun yung routine niya. So, when she got parang mga 16 or 18 years old, nagkaroon siya ng kidney failure kaagad. So, una pa, UTI muna, and then nagkaroon siya ng infection sa bladder, and then later part, nagkaroon na siya ng kidney failure, and then nagdialysis na siya. So, from there, as I ask kung ano yung reason kung bakit ganun yung nangyari sa kanya at the age of 18 or 20 years old ata yun, namatay siya, it's because of the kidney failure. It's because din sa kinakain niya nung bata pa siya. So kailangan talaga we have to balance our diet. So you can schedule your diet naman. Pwede may mga guides naman tayo, and if you really want na meron talagang mag-monitor, you can look for a nutritionist or dietitian para at least before you go on a specific program, hindi naman marirest yung health nyo, kundi we will be able to maintain a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet. So all natural additions, so pwede nating i-add tong mga food neto sa mga kinakain natin. So like breakfast, you can boost your breakfast with berries, bananas or other sliced fruit to replace some of your cereals. And then lunch, you can build sandwiches around roasted eggplant, peppers, or mushrooms instead of high-fat meats or cheeses. And then dinner, swap veggies for half the pasta, bread, or rice in your meal. So dinner, guys, not necessary mag-heavy meal tayo, lalo na pagpatulog na tayo. Kasi there's a tendency na yung kinakain natin na marami, hindi na siya talaga nadadigest. kasi tulog tayo. So, much better if you want to eat more food, kailangan ilagay niyo siya sa breakfast. So, yung dinner natin, kailangan light meal lang talaga siya. So serving sizes, so these are only suggestions, guys. So I am not a nutritionist or a dietitian, so I can give you some suggestions, recommendations, or tips on how to balance your diet. So as what I mentioned, if you are looking for professional, meron namang reach out natin to different platforms, so at least you can enroll to a specific program. So sa fruit, one medium-sized apple. So para siyang tennis ball, yung size niya, pwede na yon. Age-lot strawberries, 8 ounces of 100% fruit juice. So 1 cup of raisins, about a handful. And then for vegetables naman, we can add 2 cups of raw spinach, about enough to fill a cereal bowl. And then 2 medium carrots or 12 baby carrots. Yung carrots, it's good for the eyes. 1 large whole raw tomato, 3 inches across, and then 1 cup whole or mashed cooked beans or peas, like black beans, chickpeas, soybeans, or split peas. So, as what I mentioned kanina, yung mga beans natin, we have to be careful kasi sa mga kidney diseases, hindi siya pwede yung mga beans. So according to Dennis Waitley, time and health are two precious assets that we don't recognize and appreciate until they have been depleted. So sometimes yun nga, kain lang tayo ng kain, pero pag nagkasakit tayo, saka natin na-realize na I have to go on diet or I have to minimize my carbs. So minsan, doon natin na-appreciate kung gaano ka-treasure or gaano ka golden yung health natin. So these are color coding foods. So eating color for health. So we have the green for detoxification, purple for longevity, orange, cancer prevention, yellow is for beauty, white for immune system, red for heart health. So these foods will be discussed further on the succeeding weeks natin. So abangan nyo yan. And right now, if you go on, if you will start on balancing your diet, we have prepared some salad or club salad here na pwede nyo gawin sa bahay, pwede nyo gawin sa office, and then the ingredients are so basic. So we have a romaine lettuce, so we can use regular lettuce naman na makikita natin sa supermarket, and then cherry tomatoes, bacon, optional, avocado chop, chicken shredded, and then mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar, croutons. Ito yung para siyang bread, toasted bread na wala siyang sugar. So you can also make that. Hard-boiled eggs. So how to prepare it? As simple as you have to layer your romaine lettuce, half cherry tomatoes, bacon, chopped avocado, and shredded chicken on a plate. And then whisk equal parts of mayonnaise and mustard with a splash of vinegar. Drizzle over salad. So you can choose your taste, kung ano yung gusto nyo. And then top with croutons and quartered hard-boiled eggs. So you can also add that up. And then if you want also to add some additional pa doon sa salad, then that would be fine. Now, if you want also to eliminate some of the ingredients, that would be fine also, as long as you have a salad that you can also eat to start a balanced diet. So you can also do chicken Cobb salad in a jar. So meron tayong balsamic dressing, chicken breast, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, avocado, hard-boiled egg, bacon bits, romaine lettuce, and then a paper towel sa taas para at least to cover yung food natin. And then the anatomy of make ahead mason salad jar. So meron tayong lettuce, protein, soft veggies, hard veggies. So you can choose either carrots, bell peppers, celery, cucumbers, broccoli, cauliflower. Meron namang cheese melt, beans, hard-boiled eggs, and then mga spinach. Pwede natin siyang idagdag doon. So just want to make it sure na healthy and wala tayong mga medical conditions that will also trigger the foods that we are eating. And Thank you. If you have any further concerns, you can also seek for a consultation to any nutritionist or dietitian. So, thank you for watching, guys. Stay safe and have a great day.